So I've spent some time doing remodel in the shop. You can see in the picture up front, it's not a great picture, but you can see kind of status of what way it was. Everything was ripped out, some walls down to the studs. Walls replaced, painted, all the benches are new. As you can see, it looks drastically different. Um, Quite a few things done other than just benches being built. Kind of starting at one side of the room and going around. Everything's put on switches. Lights were on the switches. This one's a bit interesting. Really big fan. As you can see, it's not quite finished. Brace at the top and bottom, so it's not going anywhere. Probably will build some plywood walls down on the side and the bottom to extend it that to right here, to focus the air being brought in more towards the back, and then put some vents over here and here to bring in new air. My concept is it'll bring in fresh air, blow the air across the top, down, and then bring out the dust. Just to kind of keep everything a little bit cleaner, air circulation, all that fun stuff. Other timer we have over here for the air compressor. Again, most of this is, you run in and outside of the shop to do work on the house or whatnot, and you forget to turn stuff off. Bought a new drill press, a lot nicer than the desktop one. Lots of power. I drilled a 3/4 inch hole in a inch thick aluminum, and it took 30 seconds and peeled chunks of aluminum out of there that were massive. It was crazy. Bench was made with a 1/8 inch thick plate steel. Still need to organize a bit more, pegboard, stuff like that. Got a new retractable air hose. The old one was broken. Toolbox, eventually I would like to redistribute all this amongst the workbench. Underneath the workbench, drawer facings haven't been made, still missing 2 drawers. Eventually be painted dark blue, make it all match. Of course, drawers are obvious. These tall units right here are tool storage. And I have used hooks basically to support the tools, so that way as tools change, you would get more tools or whatnot. Move the hooks around and support it in different ways to add and change stuff out. Been getting some better cable management, so the messy stuff down here should get cleaned up. Most of the drawers, of course, like sandpaper, clamps. You can never have enough clamps. Specialty wood items. More specialty wood items. First drawer was all drilling. This one's kind of specialty wood items. This one's fairly empty. These are mostly empty. They're new. They have some like tool items and stuff like that. I think that's about all that's in them right now. Yeah, more tool items. Cutting items. Again, same concept. This one's kind of falling down. Probably have to goof with the hooks a little bit more, maybe to support that one at the bottom. They pull out fairly easily though. I guess I'll grab it, but I mean, you can just kind of grab it and go, so it's easy to use. Same thing, bandsaw blades, stuff for the saws, wood die, sanders. On all the benches, I did install power strips underneath, that way you can plug in wherever. The next bench was much more complicated to build. This one I hadn't done the steel. I don't like this white top though. It scratches easily. You get glue on it and you can't really pop it off. The steel, you can throw a sander on it and it's not even gonna make a dent in it. First thing, of course, router table. It's gotta adjust some lift. Probably put a shelf across here, doors contain the desk, and then drawers down here for the router accessories and stuff like that. Table saw, same thing. Put some doors over here. I have some hooks for the miter gauges. course, integrated into here. I did put a 2x2 square tube across the entire workbench with measuring system. Maxes out 67 inches over here. And 48 inches over here. 10 foot, all these benches are 10 feet long. This one's 48 inches wide. Sliding plywood over here. Actually, because of the way I did the spacing, it was kind of intentional. There's 5 feet in between all the benches. If you get a sheet of plywood, you can throw it up here and slide it, support the back over here, and actually just slide it across without even really having to lift anything. It's really, really nice. Of course, this is wide enough you can flip it to the side and cut pretty much any width you want. Depending on how long you want it, you may have to move some stuff over here. Down here, same thing, power strip. Probably put tool storage and then just drawers across the top and then doors for larger stuff down here. I may move the vacuum over to this empty area over here. It's a little bit of a dead space. I did put the bandsaw over here at once, but it was too crowded. And when you're cutting stuff in the on the table saw, it's nice to have this extra length. Of course, pegboards. I got a new bandsaw. Space optimization. The old one was quite big, and this one definitely fits in. Nice small footprint. I set up the chop saw same way, square tube with measurements. Of course, this one goes all the way across 10 feet. Bolted this in so that way it won't move. You can get accurate measurements. And then you can just set your length with the, get your board. Everything down here. Household goods. You have the plumbing sections set up like Home Depot. You just go and get your stuff. Home Depot electrical. I'm sorry. Plumbing, electrical, painting, miscellaneous, and there's some miscellaneous stuff over there just for household goods. Been getting the bolt storage units, whatever you call it, bins, metal. They hold a decent amount of weight. And you get the little plastic ones and you start putting heavy stuff in there and they just fall apart. Been sectioning out everything. They're not labeled, but they are sectioned out now. It took a long time to say. I had 4 blue buckets of stuff. And I got a second one down here because these obviously are getting full, and questions about if I really need to keep this or whatnot. I have been using it. I mean, whenever you get things like this and you just need to stick something in there, it's really nice to have it just sitting there. You don't have to go buy something. You just grab it and go. So I think I'll keep it and expand it. Over here, I'll put metal storage. I have a lot of plate metal that will probably be stored up and down to save some of this space so I can put some actual storage buckets up here. I'm trying to get most of this materials as well as over here. I'll show you that later. But you have a little short shelf for long, skinny things. And I'll have metal buckets. That probably needs to go over there. That's tubing, whatnot. Metal workbench, plate steel again. I really think I want to put plate steel on this middle one because it sucks. More metal storage, longer stuff. Things like, what is that? 1.5" round aluminum bar. I got stainless steel bar in here, whatnot. Anything I need to deal with, grab it and go. Welders are set up, and all the wiring 220 was run to them actually this weekend. I may just put a door across this thing, or drawers. I'm not sure if I want to work through doing drawers underneath there. This, I'll probably put a shelf across there and doors. And then over here, I'll put two tool storage units and then a section of the drawers like I have over there. Across the top, just more tool storage. Hadn't really been populated. I think a lot of stuff in the toolbox may come over here, or a decent amount of it. The power I installed ran a 6-3 cable over from the main breaker over there to over here and distribute out 220 to the different units. Let's see. Back here, material storage again. I yanked this out, so it's still a little messy, but bracketry up here at Home Depot style. Slide wood in. I have this side set up to be longer, just so that way you have the clearance when you have something long over here. You have to slide all the way out and then twist it. And I have tools over here, and so I threw it over here so I'd have some more wiggle room to wrap it around. But this section is 5 feet long, so you can put 4x8 sheets of plywood and still get to the ends. And if you have shorter pieces, you can see the shorter pieces. And I've been putting longer pieces on this side and shorter pieces on this side, so that way you can kind of get to everything. Back there, 3-foot storage section, so that way you can put your scrap wood. But it really worked out. You can separate everything out and see what you got and grab it really easy. The last of it, forge, drill press. Eventually want to put that in some kind of lean-to or something like that. It'll open up the area. But the front of the shop, I'll bring it back here. I've tried to keep this area mostly open, so you can see there's a shelf over here and like some tool storage over here. But the front side of the shop, well, 30 or 40% of it. Been trying to keep it open just for larger things. That way, whenever you're working on stuff, you can just bring it in, and you have your work area you can just drag it back into. Painted everything up top to try and bring in more light. Didn't paint the boards with the lights. Didn't care to bring down the lights. The painting was a long day. Oh yeah, speakers. I put in speakers. Lots of little nuggets around here. It's the details that really slow you down but make it worth it. Finishing out shelves over here for the larger stuff. And that should be about it. Eventually it'll be, like I said, I think all I have left at this point in time is doors and drawers and a couple shelves. And paint it all up and touch up all the stuff that I've been going back through and modifying. And that'll be it.